Welcome back to the Riverville Hospital. I am hospital manager River, and we have some dirty floors. No good. Oops. It was very quick when you're zoomed in. So I don't know if you can see that. We're getting them kind of clean, and I'm not sure how well you can see on YouTube, but we got dirty floors kind of everywhere. So I think I would like to get another bucket, at least in, let's see, this department. So let's see about putting another bucket and shelf in this room, right? All right, there's a oh, we have no money. There we go. Yeah, the nighttime came and we paid our bills. We didn't get any money. All right, so now let's go back to here, right? And then here, and then here, and then. So the bucket cart you need. Yeah, see, that's going to be blocking the door. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we need a lot of improvements. Okay, it goes this way. Oh, that makes sense. All right, so there we go. So now let's come back out to here, right? And then nighttime or daytime. I'm thinking daytime. We can hire somebody. What is this guy? Rocket Man. Moves much faster. Well, he's only $67. I don't know how much. A night owl. We could do that guy for the nighttime, right? We don't know what their problems are. Late commute. Yeah, let's go here and see, can we hire him? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, night shift, nurse, or cleaner. Okay, so let's see if that's enough for that department. And then I also noticed, whatever this department is, what is this one? It's probably the cardiology, right? Yeah. So let's see about cleaning closet over here. Let's up the cardiology cleaning closet as well, right? So we'll get another shelf. Not really seeing how that works, but okay, that is right next to the other one. And then we'll get another cart, right? And then we'll go back to cardiology, and then let's see what we have. So this we don't need a scholar to do our floors. Low level, rest levels decrease slower. And resting is much faster if you're a gamer. All right, so, well, you know what? I don't know. I guess both of those are pretty similar. Let's go for the. Now this guy has better traits. I wonder why. Yeah, let's go with the gamer, since we're gamers. At least I'm assuming we are. There we go. So we got one more on the day shift, one more on the night shift. Hopefully that's enough to keep up with that. We'll see. Let's get out of this mode. And other than that, I think, nothing much has changed. Let's take a look if you guys have been following the series. We are down a little bit of money, but total we lost this much, but we spent $20,000 in building those offices and whatnot, which made us a few bucks, right? We made maybe close to $5,000 from those two offices. Now, we didn't make any money on these two, so like our lone offices without hospitalization weren't great. Our emergency really didn't do that great, and then same thing with our ICU seemed to be not that great. Now these three are more like supporters, so it would be nice to see that the clinic made a few more bucks, but hey, our big savior was the heart department. So I'm glad that we went ahead and did that. So total for the hospital, we made 15 grand. But that was really as the heart department made us 15 grand. So we'll see what happens today. Those numbers tend to switch around and go back and forth. So I think what I would like to do now, we're back to 120,000 into debt. I'll pay that off, as soon as I can. We have 8,000 here. But I think what I want to do is just sort of, I don't want to I'm not a big fast forwarder because I feel like I'm going to miss things that are going on. And I'm not such an expert at this game that I can afford to miss many things. So what I would like to do is play the game for a while without recording and just take note of everything that's happening. And if I build up a list of things that need to be done, I'll do them. If I feel like I have to do a little tiny thing that's really kind of dumb, like maybe if I hire another janitor, I'll write down that I did it, let you guys know. But we'll see. And then we'll come back at least by the end of the day and see what's happening, right? And then we might do that for like a couple days here in a row just to get some of this loan paid off, assuming we made money, which I'm reasonably confident that we will. So let's see what happens. All right, so I'm going to pause the recording of the video. I'm just going to play the game for a little bit, write down the things that I do if I do anything, and we'll come back hopefully with a few extra bucks in our pocket. And I will pay off the loan, you know, without you guys a little bit if I get over 20 grand by chance today. Otherwise, expect to see me back sometime in the evening. Well, we've made it to 11 o'clock at night and didn't get enough money to pay off loan, but we have sort of a bit of a problem over here with we don't have enough room in the HDU, and I'm wondering if we couldn't rearrange and maybe I did buy another bed. And this might be a problem that we can't fix right now, but let's go ahead and, yeah, cardiovascular, that'll pause it, right? And so let's see, can we move this? Yeah, this will go over here, right? I think we can get another bed in here. Modern bed, seems like you're almost always better off with the modern bed. And then we need a bedside thing. I like to put a bed socket in because, yeah, that seems like, I don't know, most hospitals I've ever gone to. And then we'll have advanced life monitoring because this is the heart unit, right? And there we go. So now we have another bed. Now, I don't know if that patient left or not, but it's certainly not going to hurt to have that extra bed. It's the second one. So we only had 4. So that'll be the second bed we add, which are relatively expensive, right? That's $5 grand, but hopefully it'll pay itself off. I feel like these beds are the most profitable thing. Like when you get people staying in these beds, they're the $3,000 or $5,000 customers. All right, so let's get out of this mode. Go back, and I just wanted to stop by at the end. Now, the only other thing to say, and I don't know that we're going to do anything about it right now, is we lost 3 patients. Well, we lost Frank here, just died. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, what did he... So it seems like he had a heart condition, but we just never got him fully tested before he died. Yeah, we needed CBC testing, and I guess he never got that done. So in any event, not much we can do about it now, right? So what was I going to say? Oh, we lost 3 patients for our internal medicine, or I'm sorry, general surgery, I think it was. Right, so I'm not 100% sure why we lost them other than we didn't have hospitalization. So I need to kind of figure out bookmarked patients. Yeah. Oh, you know what? There we go. Yeah, so, oh, good. Yeah, patient is collapsing, waiting too long for a bed, right? This was the one I was just talking about with the HDU, so we added another bed. Now, did she get in there? Oh, up here. Oh, yeah, she did make it in. Okay, good. So I did do that in time. Transported to another hospital. Yeah, see, there's a couple of them. See, there you go. General surgery department is not functioning. Hospitalization, that is. Right? Can't be released. What? Yeah, general surgery. I think that might have been the same person. But then this is a different person. So it's hospitalization at general surgery, which sort of makes sense, right? Because I think that you would tend to go into hospitalization. Now, we skipped another day. Not skipped another day. We moved to another day. So let's go and take a look at yesterday and see how we did. There we go. Look, those departments. Great suggestion, Elizabeth. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, that look at that. We made good money off of each of these departments. You know, we made a little bit off of our emergency clinic, which, again, gets people in the door, right? It lines them up for more tests and everything else, and then, you know, probably gets them, you know, better into these areas. I don't know. But we made 12 grand. We spent 10 on more bedding, really. That's the 2 beds that I bought. It's the only thing I purchased. Yeah, our other is probably the loan costing us money. So, yeah, the total... the total, we lost $300, which, I don't know, consider we got 2 more beds, isn't too bad. But you can see how we definitely wouldn't hurt to pay off this loan. We would have made money if we didn't have any loan. But at least we paid the loan, or at least we, got 2 more beds. So hopefully those people will make us even more money tomorrow. Now the question is do we keep, it's sort of saying we're almost, making $10,000 a day. I don't necessarily want to keep fast forwarding and not making improvements because of the loan, right? In other words, we're definitely going to make more money by borrowing a little bit more, maybe getting the hospitalization. But let's go through another day and just see. Like, let's maybe pay ourselves down to $80,000. So I think I want to do the same. I think it worked out pretty well. I mean, of course, know what you guys think. We could stay together more, but yeah. But that HDU seems definitely. Sorry, I cut myself off. But look, we got 6 patients in there. Here, if we click here, we can see none in here, and then let's go to this one. 1 in there, none in here. So maybe it's just a run we're having on that department. But anyway, all right. So let's see. I think the next thing, I think we're going to go forward like another day or 2, and then that'll get us paid off that much loan. And let's go to, let's get back to fast forwarding some time, right? And I was just doing it in like this double speed and just, I don't know, for me it's comfortable enough to see what's going on. Oh, and our cleaning, it's definitely like dirty here, but for the most part we stayed pretty clean. So I think we're going to be okay with the cleaning. Like we got more cleaned up here. So I mean, this is just like a really high traffic area, but with the 2 people working on it, we seem pretty good. And so we'll see what happens. We did lose some prestige or something yesterday, didn't we? Yeah, so we only had 89%. Well, we'll work on that too. We'll have to figure out why they didn't get up to 100. But let's see about getting some loan paid off. We are making money, and I will do the same thing. This took about 10 minutes, plus me talking a little extra in the beginning. So maybe we'll just do 2 days and make this day 13 through 15. And we'll see where we're at. That'll pay off a little bit of the loan at least. And then we'll come back and talk about where we expand to next. Those 2 days will also give us a good idea of any more problems that we have. All right. See you guys in a minute. Once again, we have made it to 11:30 at night almost. And this day, I don't know if you guys can see the stats on your screen, but we had 64 treated patients out of 58. None of them were rejected. Now we're about to make it over the line of the day. I'm wondering if that's how the patient died. You had to ruin it, James. Go and ruin our record by dying, darn you. What did he die of? Just out of curiosity. And Gina, so it seems to be some of these heart people. I'm not sure. Are we just not getting... Yeah, see, we didn't get them in for angiography, though we have all those things open. I'm wondering if it's not an issue. I mean, we expanded our nursing here. He was... Which department was he in? Yeah, he was in the emergency hospitalized. So, I mean, we should have enough nurses. We only have 1 at night. Maybe... Or did we? Let's see. No, well, yeah, we only have 1 at night. Maybe we put another nurse on here. What does it say as far as departments? Yeah, no critical. Nurses station, yeah, it does say critical there. Well, maybe we'll get, let's get another nighttime nurse in there, because why not? All right, do we have any that are like the night? What do you do? I like people that don't take breaks. And you do medical surgery, which means you might be good to have around. Let's take her. All right, so I don't think that's going to hurt. Now, let's get back out of this mode. Now, as far as our money goes, let's see, we didn't cross the day. Let's see, we're going to cross the day here in a minute, but we had a total of 9,100. Let's see, does it hit us for... I'm not sure what happens to this screen. I don't know if I've ever had it open when Yeah, so it keeps us on day 14. I wasn't sure. So there we go. We made 7,600 when all was settled for the day, which isn't great. It's a little bit less than the day before, right? Well, that's not true. Well, it is less because we didn't build anything. See what I mean? I built nothing. So this was just like the interest payment. And by the way, I made it up to like 18,000 for the day before we ended up so I couldn't pay any of the loan off, and then the day shift ended and it cost us a bunch of money and came back down. So I think we're going to be able to pay off a loan after day 15 here. And so I think what I'm going to do is just do that again. There really wasn't, we can look at the notices. The employee leveled up and patients collapsing, but until that one died, like at the end here, I think that was just that one guy. But the other patients that collapsed, we seemed to take care of them, and so there wasn't any other real significant happenings. We're struggling a little bit with keeping the floors clean, but we're kind of keeping up with it. And our break rooms get kind of busy at times. Definitely, if we look at radiology, at times, well, this is now it's saying low. Like at times, these rooms get kind of high and then low. Like at one point, they were critical. These two rooms were critical during the day one day, and but then again, you come back to the next day and then they're not, right? So yeah, and then remember, HUD was jammed up with people. If we come back to here now, we only have one patient in there tonight. So it's sort of, I don't know if the game reacts to that, but, if you look, we're really that's the reason I don't think we made so much money. If we look, we have very few people that are hospitalized here. So, yeah, I definitely like to fix that. And then you can see we really didn't lose anybody for any particular reason. It's not like that one day we lost general surgery hospitalization people. We didn't seem to lose too many people other than the one guy who died. So hopefully nobody will die today. And I will fast forward one more day. And I'm feeling like once we get paid down this loan a little bit, then we could talk at the end of the next day what we want to do to just sort of increase our profit. By then, we'll just have to pick something if something doesn't come up. I mean, at this point, I would have to say hospitalization in general surgery would be the first thing I would do. Maybe an extra surgery room. So let's see. So I'll fast forward this day, and then we'll decide. All right, see you in a minute. And once again, it's about 11:30 at night, and we've made it through another day. We didn't get minus that, but we really didn't make as much money either. We only made 2,600 for some reason. But if you look at our numbers compared to the day before, this is what I was talking about when you get people hospitalized and such. So we're missing, this is 54 between the untreated and the treated, but we had 64. So we're missing 10 people are still in the hospital. So as we end the day, it gets a little deceiving because if those 10 people end up in beds, then tomorrow we're going to have a more profitable day, if that makes sense. See how we probably have some more people spread out in our beds or still getting treated or whatever's happening to them. So I said that we would decide on what we were going to do. And we did manage to pay off the loan a little bit, but I think we're going to go maybe right back into debt. And I wanted to look at this purchase 2 ambulances thing. Do we already have one? Because I'm definitely thinking that one of the better ways that we've already got this department, and these 2 rooms get kind of busy at times, right? And this is the emergency, or this is the hospitalization. These are our trauma centers. I'm wondering if we could probably put in another trauma center, which wouldn't be too difficult. Let's see, how big are these rooms, right? So this is 1, 2, 3. So there's 6 by 6, and this is 1, 2. Yeah, see, we could go one more wider here, right? Do we have the money? Yeah, let's borrow. Yeah, let's put it. So, oops, can't pay that off. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna need another. So we're gonna go back up to this much in debt, right? And then we're going to come back over here, build foundations. I'm gonna build a foundation right there, right? And then we're going to take, let's just build the outside wall. Oops. Outside wall around this. Though I don't know if we needed to do that. Yeah, let's get rid of that bit of wall. It would be nice if you got a return of some sort. Now, let's come into prefabs. Copy. All right. And I want you to go right there. 21,000. So now we have another room. Let's make sure it got into the right department and all that, right? Yep. Now, the other thing I'm worried about is, do we have enough people, right? And so we'll have to see. Yeah, we may end up wanting another doctor. What did they look like? Yeah, Yeah, I don't like that it doesn't tell you the workload here. So this is saying low and medium. But the reason that we just did that, and we only have 6,000, is because I'd like to go and get another ambulance. So let's come in here, right? Purchase ambulance is how much money? What happened? What happened there? Yeah, purchase ambulance. It doesn't tell me how much. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to borrow more money. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's borrow 2 more monies. Right, 46,000. Is that enough to purchase an ambulance? I don't know what's going on. Right? Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm sorry. Yeah, so how much? Okay, so should be able to hover over this. Yeah, 34,000. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So we get increased ambulance patients for doing that. Now, if we do another one, do we just want to go for the gusto and see what happens here? Yeah, I guess they can. There you go. Okay, so that let us buy that for some reason. All right, so let's go look at our insurances, see what happens there. All right, so what else? Increase 30 patients. Yeah, we could definitely treat 30 patients per day in emergency. Treat 60 patients per day, and we get a 50,000 grant. So that's certainly, I'd like to see those grant ones coming in. Okay, well, I don't know if that was worth all the money we just spent, but guess what? We should be getting quite a few more people into here over the course of the next day or two. Now, is there anything else that we would spend more money than we should on? I don't know. I don't think that was necessarily really worth it. If, just so you know, as we fast forwarded yesterday, or the 15th, we lost 2 people because we didn't have hospitalization at neurology. Now, we also seem to have people. Yeah, you know what? Let's. I didn't realize there was people sitting here. So this is people for that. Let's pause here for a second. All right. Yeah, so let's get a nighttime person. Maybe not the greatest. Yeah, advanced diagnostics. There we go. Right, and then let's go back to here. Now, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for. Yeah, you're waiting for a general surgery person. There's nobody waiting in this one, which is got to be the orthopedy, right? Yeah. So do we hire someone just to get this lady through? Oops. General surgery. Let's get out of this mode and see what her problem is. If we think she's. Yeah, I think I'd really like to get general surgery going. Frequent urination. Yeah, she probably has something that's worth treating. All right, you know what? Let's go for it. So this is the general surgery, right? Well, let's do this. We'll get a nighttime, hopefully a little bit cheaper one. Yeah, let's see. 217, probably going to be worth, even if we just treat that one per patient. All right, so let's get back out of here. Close this. Play that. Right, so are you guys, you're going to call your patients up, because we got 3 patients in there. There we go. So that's good. Do we have anybody else waiting around here? No. I mean, we have people in these labs and all that. Yeah, and at some point, it seems like we might want to go to 2 of these, but I'm really hoping we get some more ambulances in, even if that means we have to up the number of doctors and nurses in here. We have room, right? Yeah, so what do we do? Do we just, fast forward another day? Why don't we do that, and we'll call this episode, you know, whatever. What do we start with? 13 to 16. And then, because we're already into 16 a little bit, and we'll see how we make out with these little improvements that we made. I'll give you a full report in a couple minutes here, and that should be enough to end the episode. And when we come back, we'll see how much money we've made or not made, and if it's helped at all getting those ambulance people. And keep in mind, yesterday we had those extra people, so I imagine we might make a little bit more money, I'm hoping. All right, I will report back in a few minutes. Well, we made an objective, so I thought I would come back at that point. So they're going to increase their patients to 25, which means we should have some more tomorrow. But I also thought we're going to get the other ones. Let's just see. Look at the 100,000. 90% prestige at the end of the day in emergency. Okay, so what are we at now? I think we get that through departments, right? Emergency, prestige. Oh, look at that. We got pretty high prestige. So we might even get that by the end of today. That would be very exciting. Because this other one, if you didn't notice, we'll get 50,000 if we just treat 60 patients a day, and we're already up to 57, which is one of the reasons that I came back. And then that looks like we're even going to do better. Now, if you also look, let's take a look at our money while we're waiting. All right, 23,000 today. So I'm hoping that, every time we get one of these people that comes in by ambulance, they're usually the worst people. See how he's getting transported to HUD hospitalization? So just in case you were wondering, they're not normal patients that are coming in by ambulances come into the clinic. They should be higher dollar patients. And we didn't, other than getting the ambulances, we didn't have to do a whole lot else. And we'll be taking better advantage, I hope, of the other things that we have around the hospital. So there we go. We're up to 59 patients. We should get 50 grand. And look, we're out of debt at this exact second. Hey, 50 grand. So while we have 50 grand before the day ends, let's pay down our loan. We went up to 160. So we'll pay that down a bit. And then hopefully we'll reach this prestige number at emergency, right? It doesn't really tell us where we're at there, but we have to wait to the end of the day to see what that is. And it's going to cost us a good amount of money. Our number drops down at 20, which is one of the reasons in the past I've come back at that. But I think this will definitely be the end of this episode, even if it ends up being a little short. And we'll come back in the next episode, like I said. If we can get that 100 grand, we're going to wait until the end of the day here, because that'll definitely decide which way we go. Because, let's see, what do we have right now? 120. Yeah, that would take us down to about, 20 or 40,000 in debt. Oh, okay. All right, so that's took away our money. But now it's a good time to look at this. So we made it 11 grand so far. Building. Oh, that must have been the ambulances. Yeah, they're not counting ambulance maintenance, but that's what that is. It's probably us buying those ambulances. That's the only thing I've done. I was just in debt up until that moment you guys saw, or just about in debt. I think we had just paid off that 20 grand from when I started Fast Forward and when I left you guys. So let's see, we're up to 9 o'clock at night almost. Complicated diagnosis. All right, so she either has Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. I mean, I guess, really, she needs the same, right, no matter what it is, but I can't give her corticosteroids. Corticosteroids. I'm glad I'm not a doctor. I'd really sound like an ass, wouldn't I? Yeah, like why wouldn't we just give her those? Because that's like either way. Well, let's go get a stool sample. Okay. Yeah, let's just play. All right, yeah, go get a stool sample done, and then let's see what else. We're just gonna go fast forwarding. Yeah, very curious to see if we can get to that prestige. Let's see what we. Yeah, I mean it's looking like that emergency prestige is still pretty high up there. Our floors are getting dirty. I'm not real happy with that, but yeah, let's just see. And then what will we do when we come back? Well, that's part of the mystery, and I've done these episodes back to back. So since the last one, I didn't get your opinions, and I definitely want to get those maybe before we do. I'll definitely get at least some of them before I do the next episode. I guess it'll be day 17 at that point. And then 70 patients per day. That's a little beyond us at this moment. Angiography. Yeah, angiography. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Why that's a problem. All right, well, we're getting that guy out of there. Hopefully, is that James there? They're really hard to catch when they're... That's the person. Well, we'll see. Something will happen or it won't. That's sort of my attitude with some of them. It's either going to work out or it's not, right? Yeah, so there we go. So they're getting people in and out of there. We're just doing the best we can. We're certainly not going to spend that much money on more of the diagnostic equipment, just because it seems like, well, the whole thing is like hit or miss. You have like surges through different departments. I'm also hoping that the ambulances didn't seem to move a whole lot for having so many there. So I'm hoping that this gets used a little bit more. I'm wondering if I like missed the day, so to speak. Like, if tomorrow will be better. Okay, here we go. Let's hit play. So we should have, did we get 90% prestige and get 100 grand? Ta-da! Yes. Nice. That's definitely cool. All right, let's hit OK, and then let's come up here, and then it's a shame we just under paying back. That is nice to do, though. There we go. So, we're down to 40,000, and I think that we'll be able to pay off a little bit more of that depending on how we spend our money in day 17. So let's pause it, and we'll come right back to the same 17 days and 8 minutes in. And we will have decided what we're going to do with, the next department. Part of me wants to sort of start squaring off the hospital a little bit more before I do the next floor, like, just because it cost us more money to do it that way. But then again, I think, if we just went upstairs with what we have here, we'd be in good shape too. So I don't know, is it worth buying more foundation before we go up? Do we get... I'm really leaning towards the general surgery. It's kind of next on the list, right? And it seems like we've missed the most people out of there. But neurology, surgery at neurology would be good too. So let's see. Anyway, let me know your opinions. They definitely were helpful this time between the open up the different offices and also because that's definitely been a moneymaker. If we take a look at yesterday, so having those different offices was a great suggestion. And then, of course, fast forward in the days isn't a bad thing to do either, because now, look, now we've got our debts down to 40,000. I don't mind running it back up again to open up a whole nother department. There you go. So let me know your vote. Thanks for watching. Thanks for any likes and subscriptions, by the way. I always appreciate those. Take care of yourselves. Have a good day. Bye-bye.